The DF64V is a popular grinder with 64mm burrs that can be replaced with other burrs of the same size. In this video, I will show you how to replace the burrs in the DF64V grinder step by step. By default, the DF64V has 64mm DLC flat burrs. I will be replacing them with Burrs Espresso with DLC coating. Just to clarify, I currently do not have these burrs anymore for technical reasons. I currently have a Burrs Espresso with a different coating direct from the manufacturer. I will tell you more in the Burrs Espresso review, coming soon. First, disassemble the upper elements of the grinder. Remove the bellow, unscrew the top chamber with grind level indicator counterclockwise and the collar with the grind scale. Pull out the upper burr carrier. Remember that the upper burr carrier must be mounted in the same position, marked with a black marker. You can also remove the anti-popcorn element and the ground coffee outlet for cleaning. I use a handheld vacuum cleaner and brushes to clean the grinder. I also showed the disassembly and cleaning process in my review of this grinder. Once you have cleaned the grinder so that the particles do not interfere with the further process, you can move on to unscrewing the burrs. Warning: unplug the grinder before removing the burrs. Unscrewing the burrs from the upper burr carrier is easier because this element is not movable. Simply unscrew each screw in turn and pull the burr out. In the case of a burr located directly in the grinder, you need to use a trick. Use a sushi chopstick, for example, to hold the lower burr carrier in one place. Unscrew the screws at the same time. This will create resistance, so the burr will not rotate when unscrewed. Now install the new burrs. Remember that some burrs require a specific way of mounting, for example rotary and fixed or upper and lower. The rotary or lower must be placed on the rotating burr carrier and the upper or fixed must be placed on the fixed upper one, which is not rotated by the grinder motor. In the case of Burrs Espresso burrs, the geometry is identical and this does not matter. Once you have the burrs in place, screw them firmly onto the carriers. With the lower burr carrier, you will again need to use a sushi chopstick to create resistance. Otherwise, the burr will turn as you screw it in. Once you have screwed the burrs in, you should check their alignment. This is theoretically a simple task, but it can take many minutes or even hours if you want perfect alignment. However, I think you should not overdo it with precision. It will not make a significant difference and will only waste your time. Use a washable marker and mark the edges of both burrs as in the video. Put the grinder back together. Install the upper burr carrier, collar with the grind scale, top chamber. Since these are different burrs, the zero level will definitely be in a different place. Set the grinder to the lowest speed and adjust it so that it is definitely not set to the fine grind level. Turn the grinder on and slowly reduce the grind level clockwise until you start to hear the burrs rubbing against each other. Turn the grinder off. This is where your zero level is. Now, you need to unscrew the grind level indicator at the back with an Allen key, so that it is loose. Set the grind level indicator to 0 and screw it in. This will set the zero level. You can disassemble the top parts again and check the burrs. If you see that the marker has worn off fairly evenly on the edges, then you don't need to do anything. Otherwise, you'll need to use some aluminum foil shims to align the burrs. As you can see, in my case, it is necessary to align the burrs in two places. Unscrew the upper burr. Remember to keep the burr position on the carrier. You have to mount this burr back in the same position. I use aluminum foil pads folded in half. Remember that in each case the pads will have to be thicker or thinner. This is a somewhat time-consuming process. I put the pads next to the screw holes. I mount the burrs back and mark them with a marker again. I reassemble the grinder and repeat the whole process. Now the burrs are almost perfectly aligned. Clean the burrs thoroughly using a soft dry cloth and brushes. Assemble the grinder and you're done. You can enjoy your new burrs. Remember to grind and throw away about 20 grams of beans before brewing your first cup of coffee. This way, I make sure that there is no marker residue left on the burrs. I hope this video helped you with replacing and aligning the burrs in your DF64V. What do you think about this grinder and the stock burrs? Did you also replace the burrs in your grinder? I encourage you to leave a comment and of course rate this tutorial. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.